If you think starting a small business is hard, you're right. But here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Starting a business is not the hardest part. Staying in business is. Because every year, millions of small businesses are born, and most of them quietly disappear. No headlines, no dramatic endings, just silence. So the real question is not, how do I start a business? It's this: why do most small businesses fail? And how do you build one that actually lasts? Stay with me, because by the end of this, you will understand not just how businesses fail, but how to build one that survives pressure, competition, bad months, bad decisions, and even bad luck. And if you've ever thought about starting a business, or you already have one that feels like it's struggling, this might change how you see everything. Let's begin with something uncomfortable. Most small businesses don't fail because the idea was bad. They fail because the execution was fragile. Let that sink in. It's not always the product. It's not always the market. It's not always the competition. It's the weak foundation behind the scenes. And today, we're going to break down that foundation step by step. But before that, think about this. Have you ever seen a new restaurant open in your area? Full-on opening day, people taking pictures, excitement everywhere. And then a few months later, it's empty, then closed. That's not rare. That's normal. And the reason is almost never what people assume. Now let's go deeper. One of the biggest reasons small businesses fail is simple but brutal. They run out of money. But here's the deeper truth behind that. They don't just run out of money. They mismanage the relationship between money coming in and money going out. A business is not just about profit. It's about timing. You can be profitable on paper and still go broke in real life. Imagine this. You sell a product today, but you only get paid in 30 days. Meanwhile, you have to pay rent, staff, transport, electricity, suppliers today. That gap is where most businesses collapse, not because they are failing, but because they are waiting for money that arrives too late. Now here's a retention moment. Listen carefully. If you understand nothing else from this script, understand this. Cash flow is more important than profit. Repeat that in your mind. Cash flow is more important than profit because profit is theory. Cash flow is survival. Now let's move to another major reason businesses fail. They try to grow too fast. Yes, too fast. This might sound strange because everyone tells you to scale quickly and expand aggressively. But most small businesses are not built for speed. They are built for stability. If they are built correctly at all, when a business grows faster than its systems, chaos begins. Orders increase, but quality drops. Customers increase, but service gets worse. Costs increase, but control disappears. And suddenly, the business that looked successful starts collapsing from inside. This is one of the most painful failures because from the outside, it looks like success. But inside, it's stress, confusion, and exhaustion. Now here's a question for you. Would you rather grow fast and collapse, or grow slow and last for 10, 20, even 30 years? Because longevity is not about speed. It's about control. Now let's talk about something even more dangerous. Most small businesses fail because they depend too much on one thing. One product, one customer, one location, one platform. This is called dependency risk. And it's silent because everything looks fine until it's not. Imagine a business that survives only because of one big client. That client leaves. The business collapses. Or a business that depends only on social media ads. Algorithm changes, traffic disappears, sales drop overnight. Or a business that depends only on foot traffic in one location. A new road construction blocks access. or a new competitor opens next door, and everything changes. This is why strong businesses are not built on one pillar. They are built on multiple pillars. Now, here comes a powerful idea. Longevity is not about avoiding risk. It's about spreading risk. Let that stay with you. Now, let's talk about another silent killer of small businesses: poor pricing. This is where many entrepreneurs destroy their own businesses without realizing it. They price too low to attract customers. At first, it works. People come. Sales increase. But something dangerous happens. The business becomes addicted to low prices, and low prices mean low profit margins, and low profit margins mean no room for mistakes, no room for delays, no room for growth. One small problem, and everything breaks. Here's the truth. If your pricing does not give your business breathing room, your business is already under pressure. Now let's pause for a retention moment. If you are enjoying this so far, you need to understand something important. Most people don't fail because they lack information. They fail because they ignore the information they already have. So stay with this carefully. Now let's talk about something deeper than money. Most small businesses fail because of the owner, not in a blaming way, but in a structural way. The business is often just a reflection of the owner's habits. If the owner is disorganized, the business is disorganized. If the owner avoids planning, the business lacks direction. If the owner makes emotional decisions, the business becomes unstable. A business cannot be more stable than the person running it. That's uncomfortable but true. Now let's move into how to actually build for longevity. Because understanding failure is not enough. We need solutions. The first principle of long-lasting businesses is this: build systems, not dependence. A system is something that works without you constantly pushing it. For example, instead of relying on memory, use processes. Instead of relying on motivation, use routines. Instead of relying on one person, build training. The goal is simple. If you disappear for a week, the business should still function. Now here's a powerful retention trigger. Ask yourself honestly, if you stopped working tomorrow, would your business survive? If the answer is no, you don't have a business yet. You have a job inside a business. Now let's go deeper. Second principle, understand your real customer, not the imaginary one, not the general one, the real one. Many businesses fail because they try to sell to everyone. But when you sell to everyone, you connect with no one deeply. Strong businesses are specific. They know exactly who they serve. They know their pain points. They know their behavior. They know their budget. They know their expectations. When you understand your customer deeply, everything becomes easier. Marketing becomes easier. Pricing becomes easier. Product design becomes easier. Now let's talk about something most people ignore. Consistency. Not motivation. Not inspiration. Consistency. Most businesses don't fail suddenly. They fail slowly because consistency disappears. 1 week they post. Next week they don't. 1 month they market. Next month they stop. And slowly, visibility dies. Business is not built on one big moment. It is built on repeated small actions over time. Now here's a strong reminder. Consistency beats intensity every time. Now let's move into financial discipline. A long-lasting business treats money differently. It separates money into categories: operations, savings, reinvestment, and emergency buffer. Because if all money is treated as spendable, the business will always be fragile. A strong business always has breathing space. Now let's talk about adaptability. Markets change, customers change, technology changes, competitors change. A business that refuses to adapt eventually becomes irrelevant. Longevity requires flexibility, not stubbornness. But there is a balance. You don't change everything. You evolve strategically. You keep your core value, but adjust your methods. Now let's go into branding. Most small businesses underestimate this. Branding is not just logo or colors. Branding is memory. It is what people remember when you are not in the room. A strong brand makes marketing cheaper. A weak brand makes everything expensive because trust becomes the currency. Now let's talk about one final but very important principle. Longevity requires patience. This is the hardest part because social media shows fast success stories, but reality is slower. Most strong businesses take years to stabilize, not months, years. And during those years, survival matters more than speed. Now here's a final retention moment. If you are building a business right now, ask yourself this: are you building for attention or are you building for time? Because attention fades, but time rewards consistency. Now let's bring everything together. Most small businesses fail because of weak cash flow management, poor systems, lack of customer understanding, overdependence, inconsistent execution, weak pricing, and emotional decision-making. But businesses that last do a few things differently. They build systems. They manage cash flow carefully. They understand their customers deeply. They diversify risk. They stay consistent. They price correctly. They adapt without losing direction. And they think long-term. Now here's the most important part of all. You don't need to be perfect to succeed, but you do need to be structured, because structure is what carries you when motivation disappears. And motivation always disappears, but systems remain. If you take anything from this video, take this. Build something that can survive without your daily emotional energy. That is the foundation of longevity.